Okay, good deal. Welcome to Finance here, March the 20th. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Donnell,
Here.
Mr. Swanson, Mr. Hess,
Present.
Ms. Polk, Mr. Seroy, Ms. Weber, Ms. Parker, Mr. Miller, Mr. Hunter, Ms. Foster, Ms. Earps, Mr. Marion, Mr. Lowy,
Present.
Mr. Alexander Hildebrand,
Present.
Mr. Long.
Present.
We do have a quorum.
Good deal. Okay. I don't have any public comment. Any public comment? Public comment. Good deal. No. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes from February the 20th? First, Mr. Lowy. Second, Ms. Parker. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Good deal. No presentations today. We are going to amend the agenda to move executive session up. Do I need to have two?
Yeah, so motion to.
We might as well do them both right now.
Yeah.
So we need, I think we can put it in the same motion, but to move executive session up and then also move up the new business, authorizing the county board chair or his representative to sign collective bargaining agreement for FOP corrections officers contract. Want to move that up to now, so I need a motion. First by Lowy, second by Mr. Hess. It's a roll call vote, correct?
No, not yet.
To go into executive session.
Yeah,
Well,
so this is just amended.
we're amending, yes. Okay. So voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. We're amending that agenda. And then I need a motion, a second, first by Hunter, second by Lowy, to go into executive session. Awesome. For collective bargaining, 5 ILCS 120-2C2. Okay. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Roll call.
Oh, roll call? Good deal. Let's roll call.
Mr.
Let's just do all
Donnell,
sorts of fun stuff today.
Mr. Donnell,
Aye.
Mr. Hess,
Aye.
Ms. Weber, Ms. Parker, Mr. Miller,
Aye.
Mr. Hunter, Ms. Foster, Mr. Marion, Mr. Lowy,
Aye.
Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, very good. Motion carries. We are in executive. Cool. Okay. You good? I'm good. We are back. We're back from executive session. And we already amended the agenda to move authorizing the county board chair or his representative to sign the collective bargaining agreement for FOP corrections officers contract for 12/1/24 through 11/30 of 27. So can I have a motion to approve, Hunter? Second by Marion. Okay. Roll call? Roll call. That's what I...
Mr. Dunno,
Aye.
Mr. Hess,
Aye.
Ms. Weber, Ms. Parker, Mr. Miller, Mr. Hunter, Ms. Foster, Mr. Marion, Mr. Lowy,
Aye.
Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Kuzwara. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Okay. Let's keep moving on here. We were at the auditor now. So I have to ask why the suit jacket today? Why the suit jacket today?
Gotta look professional, right?
I love it. Okay. Good deal.
Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all of you filled out your March Madness brackets because you have less than 2 hours, so go Illinois, right?
I will.
I. Roll Tide. So you have your monthly claims report in front of you. There's really nothing to really highlight. We had 601 claims go through the office this past month for a total of $7,371,855.15. So if you want to have a motion on that,
I don't. I'm gonna wait.
you want
No, I will.
You told me only 5 minutes.
A motion to approve the monthly claims. First by Lowy, second by Miller. Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Dunno,
Aye.
Mr. Hess,
Aye.
Ms. Weber, Ms. Parker, Mr. Miller, Mr. Hunter,
I like the portrayal, the information, how it's clear, concise, and just grabs you. Even Rich Charlton see that
There's a compliment right there.
Mr. Hunter,
Aye.
Ms. Foster, Mr. Marion, Mr. Lowy,
Aye.
Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Carries. Very good. What else you have for us?
Next up is a quarterly report that's in your packet. This was for quarter 4 2024. It's roughly 94 or 95 pages. I would invite every one of you and the public to review it. I do have a couple highlights for quarter 4, for the draft of quarter 4 for fiscal year 2024. Actual revenues were $15.3 million. Expenditures were $11.9. I do want to highlight on page 3 of the report for draft fiscal year 24, the revenue was 44.1. 23's revenue was 44.5. So I would encourage the board to kind of watch that a little bit going forward. But you know, I don't want to steal Steve's thunder, but Steve's going to give you a good overview later on. So the board was still in a surplus, so that's a massive positive. Any questions on the quarterly report? Next up, I do want to highlight the savings. Later on in the portion of this meeting, you'll see the savings for ComEd, and I want to thank Chairman Alexander Hildebrand, Vice Chair Long, Ted Workman for recognizing those savings along with Eric Cavender. That's fantastic, and I hope that we can continue that going forward. Also, Ted Workman and I had a conversation late last month regarding a centralized purchasing program that I brought to your guys' attention that I'll talk about in a couple minutes. He was also able to drive down the savings for paper products, so another shout out to Ted for being able to do that as well. Per last meeting, we sent out a questionnaire to every department. We only had 2 departments not respond, but everybody else, the vast majority, were definitely in support of a mass purchasing program. 2 were unsure, and again, 2 no responses. So we will be going forward with that with advice from the administration, from Chairman Alexander Hildebrand and Vice Chair Long, and with finance as well. So I'm hoping to have that program starting at some point in the middle of the summertime. If we can align everything up, that'd be perfect. So that'll be in conjunction with administration and with the board as a whole. Any questions on that?
Mr. Hunter?
I'll
Okay.
talk to you.
Okay. Lastly, everybody is starting to see that some furniture is being moved. So if you weren't aware, we are now moving back up to the 5th floor to where the auditor's office was originally, and my predecessor was moved down to the 4th floor before. So I'd like to thank Chairman Alexander and Vice Chair Long for allowing us to be in a bigger space. We had a situation that we noticed that we didn't have a big enough space for what we were doing our daily work. So I greatly appreciate that from county administration and your help. I do want to recognize Jason Shane from IT, Ted Workman from maintenance, and all their workers. Thank them for their hard work during this move and other moves that are taking place throughout the county as well. So I want to recognize their efforts as well. So if there's any other questions, if not, I'm all good.
Good. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it.
Go Illini.
Okay. Move on to, oh wait, I crossed off the wrong thing. I don't see, is the treasurer back there? No, okay, then we're gonna move on to finance. Oh, you do have the monthly resolutions from the treasurer? Okay. So no, we had not, have those been emailed out? They're in the packet?
Just the resolution that his collector and treasurer reports.
Okay. Monthly resolution is in here. Well, there it is.
Yep.
Well, okay. Then, before Steve gets started, we have a motion to approve the monthly resolution list. Mr. Hunter, second. Mr. Hess, okay. Is that a roll call? No. All the voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Good deal. Steve, welcome.
Good. Well, morning. We'll start out with our the regular revenue collection reports. Start out with sales tax. Highlight that this month that we received is actually from December retail month. So unfortunately it was down from prior year. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come, but we'll see. There's other items. Income tax is stable. We'll continue to watch it, but I don't know if there's any questions, but just wanted to remind everybody what that sales tax number was for December for Christmas season. So it's usually one of the largest of the year. So we'll go from there unless there's any questions.
I think we're good.
You good?
Yep.
All right. Cash flow, nothing to really highlight there, but gives you an update on how things will flow. Again, June will be the lowest month, but 8.5 million, there's nothing to worry about there. Just showing how things flow in the first part of the year here. I'll continue to work on the second half here soon. So if there's any questions, we'll keep moving from there.
No, we'll keep going. Thank you.
The next part will be budget amendments for FY24. So this should be the last of our FY24 information. So showing we got the general fund revenue, general fund expense, and then special funds, various special funds. The majority of these changes had to do with grants, were the largest part. A lot of new grants, and then some were transacted higher throughout, and then and some grants we had budget didn't show up, so we just reallocated that budget elsewhere, both on the revenue and expense. So the new total officially for the general fund, the amended amount would be $45,369,776 for revenue, and $44,099,002 on the expense side. And then the various special funds, I believe this will all be combined into one resolution with these backup documents. And it takes 2/3 vote of the board to amend an original budget, just FYI. Okay. I don't know if there's any questions I can answer.
Questions, comments for Steve? No? Okay. Is that all you have for us today?
You got to vote on it though.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Let's send it to the full board.
I'll get here today
Okay.
eventually. It's all fine.
I don't want to get up until that part's done. So.
Okay. You can hover. If you want. That's fine. Could I have a motion to approve the general fund and special fund budget amendments? First by Lowy, second by Foster. Let's do roll call vote.
Mr. Donnell?
Aye.
Mr. Hess?
Aye.
Ms. Weber?
Aye.
Ms. Parker? Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Mr. Hunter? Ms. Foster? Mr. Marion? Mr. Lowy?
Aye.
Mr. Alexander Hildebrand?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Very good.
Just an update, our outside auditors, SKDO, is currently here in our conference room, but also going around to all the departments, emails, asking a lot of questions, gathering a lot of information. So it's been a busy week, but we're glad to getting through that stage until we hit the next stage as we go forward. So we're starting to work on FY25 trends and averages, and we'll be discussing that here soon with you guys. Busy time behind the scenes anyway. So
Cool. Very good.
all right.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Mr. Hunter.
Yes, Steve, just got one question. In light of, no more Biden dollars, I mean, how often are you meeting with, the chairman and vice chairman and department heads on fiscal situation?
Yeah, monthly we send out, everybody gets their year-to-date reports, every department, grant, special fund. We send those out regularly. As I said, now that we're crossing through this part of the audit time, I've kind of been disappeared for a little bit internally because it takes so much to get the close and to this point of the audit. And now we'll start trending FY25, looking forward into FY26, in those discussions. So.
And you interface with the chairman and vice chairman
Yeah.
on a repetitive basis?
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Appreciate
Okay.
it. Thank you. Okay. Let's move on down to new business and lighting upgrade. Who is taking the lead on that? You are, Eric? Cool. Thank you. Morning.
Good morning. All right. So the lighting upgrade, this is really just informational for you guys. It's not an action item. It's already been taken care of and deemed as an emergency expenditure, and we'll get into that in just a second. To kind of start this process off, the chairman received communication from ComEd in mid-February that they wanted a meeting with us about our electrical usage in this building. I initially met with ComEd and brought Ted Workman in with the conversation as well. They had requested that we adjust our HVAC temperature set points in this building to try to drive some cost savings. Ted did that on March 1st. We met with ComEd again this past Monday on March 17th. And over that 2-week time period, there was a 14% reduction in our overall electrical usage in this building just by changing the HVAC set points. ComEd is estimating that minor change alone will save about $9,100 this year with just this building. And in addition to that, there will also be additional savings and incentives with our HVAC project going forward as we replace all the air handling units in this building likely next spring. So we'll hopefully continue to see more cost savings there. In part of our conversation with ComEd, we had asked if there was still any rebate or incentive programs available. They connected us with the gentleman who handles that portion of the project. And as you guys can see with the information in your packet, Ted and I have worked with ComEd and their consulting group, Gemma Consulting, about getting estimates for the lighting project in the 3 buildings identified on your list: the 189 East Court Street, 135 North Schuyler, which is the state's attorney building just to the north of here, and our portion of the ICANN building at 1 Stewart Drive. In total, to upgrade every light fixture in all 3 of those buildings, The improvement cost is $174,283.42. There are ComEd regular incentives. However, in the month of March, they were running, let's say, a March Madness special and offering some bonus incentives, which added an additional 26%. So the total incentives to the county for those three buildings is $141,797.60, making the grand total to update all three buildings $32,485.82. So it's costing us about 18% of the overall cost to do this project. Like I said, this will change every light fixture in all three of those buildings. In this building alone, Ted and I counted, there's over 2,000 light bulbs. And they are estimating that this building, we will be at that net 0 point in 1.9 years. The annual savings, $10,178 just for this building alone. You match that with the $9,130 for the HVAC, and in theory, at the end of 12 months, we're at that 0 point already. So a dramatic savings, hopefully, going forward. Ted found the lighting proposal from back in 2019 when the board explored doing that. The 189 portion alone back in 2019, the county was going to pay $196,369. So we've dropped from that down to $19,558. So we have communicated with the finance department about this. It'll be one payment that's made. It's not spread out over 12 months or anything like that. Steve is okay with that, so we'll be working on that going forward. We will communicate with all the department heads about when their areas are going to be impacted. I know the county clerk had requested nothing until after the election, which totally makes sense. So our hope is mid-April or so, somewhere in that time frame, we'll get this started and rolling out. They estimated for this building, it'll take about 4 to 5 days to complete the entire process. So thank you to the State's Attorney's Office for working with us as well on this to declare this as an emergency. We were fumbling with the idea of having to have special meetings and everything. The issue is that the incentive money is in a pool, and when the incentive money is gone, it's gone. And if we waited a week or 2 weeks to have meetings, that money may not be there. The State's Attorney's Office said that, you know, this is a good project going forward. There's definite cost savings. We're acting in the best interest of the county, therefore making it eligible for that emergency declaration. So the chairman has executed all three agreements. ComEd has them, and we'll be getting, actually we have a meeting with them on Tuesday to start the next process. So any questions about any of that? This also control, the light, it's just not lights also, I should mention. It is motion sensing controllers. So like in this hallway, for example, when there's no motion, it will dim down to like 30%, and then when it detects motion, it'll kick back up. In addition to that, we'll be receiving power-saving power strips for every desktop computer in all three of those buildings, plus the courthouse. I should mention too, the courthouse, animal control, and public safety, as well as the jails, are already done, so we do not have to worry about those buildings. So,
very good.
Any other questions?
Yes, Ms. Weber.
I thought that the courthouse is going to get the dimmer things.
They are, yeah, we are. We kind of asked to put that on the back burner just a little bit. We wanted to secure this and get all this done, and then we will work with them to get the courthouse motion sensors put in.
And that offer will remain?
Yeah, yeah. And it won't be as significant as these here because we're not replacing the actual fixtures. So we did once we got our contract secured, we did forward John Beavis's information and the other county facilities that are not county run, their information onto ComEd and GEMA, so hopefully they can get in the program as well, but we want to make sure we secured our money first. So.
Okay, anybody else? Very good. Eric, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Appreciate
Thank you. At the next.
Okay. Next up, we'll do the recorder fee study and fee increase.
Got to remind you about a vote.
What's that?
This is a vote as well.
This one is?
I was saying, what happened? Did I miss something?
Oh.
For the lighting.
No, there's no vote. It's already,
Yeah,
it's
he
an
said no
emergency.
vote.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We're good to go.
Okay. Thanks, Eric. Unless you have something
I'm
else.
staying here for this one.
Oh, you're staying here?
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. Okay.
Do you want to?
Yeah. Who wants to take this
Do you
one?
want to tee it up or? Okay. So in regards to the recorder GIS, you want to start?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, I was approached, and our fee study for GIS has not been addressed in 11 years. So it was time for our GIS department to get a bump with the fees. The number of documents in the recorder's office is also trending downwards too. So in year 20, let's say 18, for example, we had 14,000 documents filed. Now we're trending down towards the 12,000 range. And so with the amount of documents going down, we're not gathering that GIS fee. So the GIS fee needed to go up. We needed to address it. It hasn't been done in 11 years. I talked with Eric Cavender, Lori Gadboys, and Delbert. We all worked together to come up with this number. Eric did a study on it so we could back it up. I just figured, you know, it's been 11 years. We need to address it. I don't want to keep coming back. I wanted to make it right this time. There is a significant jump, and then we will go back every 2 or 3 years and make sure we're in line with what we have to do. I just didn't want to, I wanted to do it now. It's been 11 years, needed to address it, and I think the GIS department is one of the most important departments. Anyone that's ever been on K3 GIS, we have the best GIS system, I believe, in the state of Illinois and probably around. So I would like to keep that going. I think it's an asset to the county and an asset to the community. So I'll let Eric take over after that.
Yeah, so you guys have a copy of the fee study. Per the state guidance and law, we have to go back and look at the last 3 years. Thank you to all the department heads that collaborated to get all this information together. As the chairman said, we worked with Recorder Gadboys and Delbert on coming to an agreement on this. Currently, the recorder collects a fee of $66 for the general, the auto documentation, the GIS portion, which is $17, and the rental housing assistance program, which is set by the state of Illinois. We are proposing to increase that overall fee from $66 to $82, which would be a $13 increase to the GIS portion, which is necessary in order to keep the operations of the GIS department going forward over the next couple of years. Hopefully, we've already got a calendar note for in 2 years to come back and revisit this. The number of documents goes up and maybe we can lower the fee, but we want to err on the side of caution and make sure that Delbert has the necessary financial resources to operate his department going forward. So I don't know if anybody has any questions for me about the study or for Lori or Delbert. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Yes, Ms. Weber.
Thank you. I just want to clarify who's going to be paying $82.
That will be the person who is recording the document. Lori will be collecting the $82 in her office.
So every document is $82.
Will be $82 effective July 1st, if
And then
passed.
is there a charge per page then too? Is there?
No. So when 2018, when we went to predictable fees, we got rid of the page count for recording a document. So we established this is how much it costs for this document when it meets this criteria. The criteria is 5 or less legal descriptions, PIN numbers, or associated doc numbers. If it goes over the 5, then there is what we call a non-standard fee, which it then does go up. Keeping in mind that this GIS fee is attached to all government entity recordings as well. So that fee that the government is paying currently will also increase, as well as what we will be charging the constituents. I personally, and I've expressed this, I'm not in favor of such a large increase to this recording fee, as we will be the frontline people that will have to explain this and as well as collect the fee happily or not. This will also impact the plats as well as a variety of other documents that are recorded in our office.
Yes, Mr. Hunter.
Thank you very much. Madam Recorder, will there be a public notice on?
There has to be, yes.
Okay.
There is a process that has to be done in order to increase the fees in the recorder's office and set a date of going forward. And that is once it's been approved by county board with the resolution, it's posted, and then can take effect. So generally, we say it's about a 2-month process.
And I heard the chairman indicate that they'll revisit this in a couple of years. I know with the city of Kankakee, and they do like an escalated clause as opposed to coming back every couple of years. They'll have it incorporated into an escalator clause in one ordinance.
We can't do that.
You can't do it.
No, because you have to have in the recorder's office, when fees are set, you have to have a cost study or an analysis done each time you're touching any one of those fees, other than the RHSP.
Thank you.
And I guess what I would add to that is I wouldn't want to do an escalator fee just because if the recording amount goes up, I would like to lower it, right? I don't want to have to charge this amount, but we have to with the amount of recording. So I hope that there's 5,000 more recordings, and we could come back in 2 years and
We
lower
would
it.
love that too.
So I mean,
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, Mrs. Weber.
Just one last question. What's adjoining counties' fees? You're quite well living.
We can't be compared to others only because we're all different sizes and different levels of services, especially on the GIS end. So especially smaller counties that are only recording 5,000, 6,000 documents a year, their reporting or their GIS fee is very large.
Very large. Thank you.
Very good.
That was very informative.
Anybody else? Questions, comments? No? No? Okay. Eric, anything else? No. Matt? Okay. Then I will have, let's see. We have a motion to approve. Ms. Foster, second. Mrs. Weber? Okay. Let's go ahead and do a roll call vote.
Mr. Donnell?
Aye.
Mr. Hess?
Aye.
Ms. Weber? Ms. Parker? Mr. Miller? Mr. Hunter?
Aye.
Ms. Foster? Mr. Marion? Mr. Lowy?
Aye.
Mr. Alexander Hildebrand?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, very good. Very good. Okay.
Did Steve have something?
Yes, Steve.
Just to piggyback on the subject, it's been probably 2016, 2017 since the majority of our fees and fines have been looked at around the county, and the cost of business continues to go up every year with wages and health insurance, etc. The benefits. So it may not be a bad time to take a look. I know it's not a popular thing publicly, but when we stay stagnant for too long, we start getting behind on things. And economically, as you can see, our economic reports, definitely those are out of our control. We're capped on our property tax, so we have walls around us as far as what we can do to absorb additional operating expense, and this is potentially one. Potentially look around and see if there's other areas we can potentially look at since it's been a while. So this is a suggestion.
Very good. Thank you.
Can I?
Yes.
We did look into that a little bit, and the chairman and I, along with Vice Chairman, talked about that. We wanted to start where there was the immediate need with GIS going forward due to some of the expenditures we know that are coming in the next year or two, and then obviously move on from there. So we were thinking potentially next springtime kind of roll into the county clerk's office, or an office in which we can do something similar. Animal control, and I believe there's one more. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head, but we are looking into that and do want to explore that going down the road. So the last time the county engaged in a cost study, they paid $21,000 and some dollars to do it. Mrs. Weber shaking her head yes, so she remembers that. So fortunately we were able to save that this time by doing it in-house, which is good, and we'll strive to do that going forward too.
Very good.
so I would like to thank Eric once again for saving the county $21,000. So we appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. Okay, are you doing the
Doing last
docu-free
one.
also?
Now I'm gonna cost you $22,000.
You can take that. You can take that. Thank you back.
So another project the chairman's tasked me with is the amount of paper on the 5th floor in the administration department to kind of sort that up. The DocuFree scanning project that's before you. This is the same company, other county departments have utilized. What they will do is come in, or I'm sorry, they won't come in. It'll be our responsibility to work with the state of Illinois, first of all, to obtain permission to destroy the records that we can destroy. We will then box all these records up, send them off to this company. They will digitize them, scan them, index them, place them into their platform, software platform for us for 12 months to utilize and use. We have 12 months then to go through, look at all of the documents, make sure that everything is scanned over correctly. It is how we want it. We can then extract all the files out of their system into our system. What's that?
Who will monitor that
What's,
in terms of oversight to make sure it's?
I believe me.
Right guy for the job.
So, and I've done this before. So, we'll extract all the files out of their system and our system, so there's no additional ongoing cost on a yearly basis for software or anything like that. And then once we give the final say so, they will then go ahead and shred all those documents as well. So this should save a substantial amount of space. This quote is for 100 boxes, which I feel is plenty for administration. And then we've been talking about maybe asking some of the other departments who have an ample amount of paper hanging around if they would like a few boxes here or there too, based on our need.
And talk a little bit about like the accessibility and why we're doing this. So, you know, you could look up a document and you don't have to go search for it. I mean, and this is along with the times, right? I mean, putting everything in the cloud, getting everything in a place where you can access it on the computer is the way that the world's going, and I think that's the way we should be doing it. So I guess talk a little bit about that and why we're doing it.
So currently, like all of our retired employees or terminated employees are stored in, you know, cabinets away, and I hear the phone ring in Joanne's office quite frequently with people who are calling, needing something, who haven't worked here in a decade. So she has to get up from her desk, go over there, find the file, sort through things, and try to pull that employee's file, whereas this way she could simply type in the last name of Lowy, since you're a retiree, and pull up Bob Lowy's personnel file from when he worked here, help him with his insurance information or whatever he may need. So she could do that from her desk. If she's down here at a board meeting, she could pull it up anywhere that she's logged into her computer at. We've talked about maybe throwing some of the files into Paylocity as well. There is that capability. So once we get them on the computer, from there we can kind of work around and see what the best solution going forward is going to be. And Joanne's been a great team player in this too. She's been throwing me ideas and things that she thinks might work well. So thank you for that.
So you're looking forward to this? Good. Right. Yes. Mrs. Weber.
Thank you. I just guess I wonder how big is a box?
It's a banker's box.
Is it?
Yeah.
And
so
and it doesn't say 100 here, but somewhere it'll
it
say.
is in our contract.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the contract here. It's 100 boxes.
And this implies that you don't have to keep paper 7 years like the.
No, so we have to be in accordance with the records guidelines. However, if we are digitizing them, we are retaining them beyond the time period to which we actually have to, and it's actually safer too, because use yesterday's weather, for example. 2 blocks east of here or west of here, the roof got ripped off the building. So if a tornado came through and took out our building or something like that, our documents are secure.
Thank you. Good
A
question.
fire or flood, anything like that.
Sure. Good.
Any other questions? Good. Okay. We have a motion to approve. Mr. Hunter, second. Mr. Lowy. Okay. Any more discussion? Good. Let's do a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Donnell?
Aye.
Mr. Hess?
Aye.
Ms. Weber? Ms. Parker? Mr. Miller? Mr. Hunter? Ms. Foster? Mr. Marion? Mr. Lowy?
Aye.
Mr. Alexander Hildebrand?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Very
I forgot to add too, this expenditure was built into the administration department budget for this fiscal year, so it's not an addition or anything like that. So it is money already allocated.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
And then this could transition into, you know, like our basement, right? Space needs. If we go down in the basement, it is completely filled with files, right? So I guess Eric's goal, my goal, Craig's goal is to try to eliminate every piece of paper around our entire county, right? We need to, like I said before, get with the times. We will work with every department on this. It's not like they will be in the dark. They will know Eric's gonna go talk to them in the future. So this is, I guess, the forewarning that Eric will be visiting some offices. So
I've already helped the auditor, for example. They have no records disposal certification through the state, so I provided them with the guidance on how to get that started, because he has a cage in the basement that is full of boxes from God knows when of stuff that can probably be disposed of to create more room for other needs that we have here. So
Very good.
anybody who wants help, let me know.
Okay. Do we have any old business? Do we have a motion to adjourn? Mr. Hess, second. Mr. Miller, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. You guys are adjourned.